Sideways ring.
Awesome.
Good evening, high school sports fans. It's week 6 of the high school football season. Tonight, it's the West Bend East Suns coming in with a record of 1-4 overall and 0-3 in the North Shore Conference. They will host the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes, who come in at 3-2 overall on the season and 2-1 in the North Shore Conference. Good evening, everyone. This is Nick Detman here on the West Bend Community Television and the West Bend Community TV YouTube stream. So glad you could join us here this evening for this football game. This is going to be an interesting night. It's cool, it's extremely windy, and it has just now started to rain on top of that. So this is going to be a very interesting football game to see how these two teams adjust to the weather conditions here tonight. Looking at the West Bend East Suns, they can come in at 1-4 overall and 0-3 to North Shore Conference. They've dropped 3 straight this season. Their last game was last week against the Slinger Owls, a game that the Slinger Owls won 28-6. In that game, one of the highlights for the East Suns was a 79-yard touchdown pass from Peyton Fountain to Nate King that made it a one-score game at the time. But unfortunately for the Suns, they struggled in the second half, and Slinger put that game away with a very strong second half effort. Coming into the game, Peyton Fountain leads the East Suns on the offensive side of the ball with a North Shore leading 710 passing yards. He's 50 of 120, 3 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions this season. Running the ball, Colton Kress will get the bulk of the carries. He has 62 totes this season for 280 yards and 1 touchdown. He had a solid game against Slinger last week, rushing 16 times for 72 yards, but unfortunately did not find the end zone. Leading the way on the receiving end for the Suns is Nate King. His 19 catches for 364 yards, which is first in the North Shore Conference, and has 2 touchdowns. Last week he had 5 catches for 150 yards and the touchdown, like the aforementioned 79-yard touchdown that made it 7-6 in the first half against the Owls. Also for the Suns offensively, Daniel Krause has 8 catches for 168 yards. He caught 1 pass for 7 yards last week against Slinger. And Nick Taylor has 6 catches for 78 yards on the season. Last week caught 2 passes for 13 yards. On the season, East averages 10.4 points per game, while surrendering close to 27 points per game. Total offense, they average 224 yards of offense, while surrendering more than 311 yards defensively. Looking at Whitefish Bay, they're coming in tonight after falling at home to Homestead last week, 26-7, a game that Whitefish Bay led early on, but Homestead really poured it on in the second half of that one to take that game. Again, 26-7 was the score last week in that game. Offensively for the Blue Dukes, they are led in the passing game by Luke Wells, who's 20 of 45 for 202 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Last week against Homestead, he was 7 of 17 for 69 yards and a pick. Offensively on the ground game for the Blue Dukes, they have a 3-headed attack led by Nigel Teagues, 57 carries, 399 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Last week rushed for 127 yards on 24 carries. Dominic Bartolone will also see a heavy dose of the run for the Blue Dukes. He had 64 carries, 331 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And the other tailback for the Blue Dukes will be number 20, Jack Now. 23 carries, 239 yards, and also 4 touchdowns. Last week had 6 carries for 15 yards and had 1 touchdown. Receiving, Kamarian Ivory leads the way for the Blue Dukes at 6 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown. He caught 3 passes for 55 yards last week against Homestead. Jack Now provides a balance out of the backfield in receiving the ball for the Blue Dukes. He has 10 catches, which leads the Blue Dukes for 80 yards and a team-high 2 touchdown receptions. He caught 2 passes for 14 yards last week, and Dominic Bartolone had 2 catches, 18 yards for the season out of the backfield. He caught 1 pass for 1 yard last week. Defensively, they have got some stout on the defensive side of the ball, led by Nick Jornt, who has a team-high 31 tackles and has 2.5 sacks. He's just announced this week that he's the WizSports.net's John Anderson semifinalist, and that award goes to the top senior linebacker in the state. Also, another standout on defense for the Blue Dukes is number 6, Reed Jamerson. 27 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, which leads the North Shore Conference, as well as his 7 sacks. That also leads the North Shore Conference. And like his counterpart, he received semifinalist recognition for the Tim Crumry Award, which is given at the end of the season to the top senior defensive lineman. And of course, we would be remiss to not mention number 52 for the Blue Dukes. He stands at 6'7", 315 pounds, verbally committed to the University of Wisconsin. That's Joe Brunner. Don's number 52. He plays right tackle and also does play on the defensive line for the Blue Dukes. We're just a few moments away from kickoff here. Again, it is West Bend East Suns trying to stay alive in the playoff picture. They're 0-3 in the conference. They lose tonight, they will be eliminated from postseason consideration. For Whitefish Bay, coming in at 2-1 in the conference, they need a win tonight to keep pace with Homestead, who gets a forfeit victory because West Bend West had to forfeit the game for COVID-19 protocols. So in actuality, the Union Grove is going to play a non-conference game against Homestead tonight. But that game won't count in the standings, at least for the Homestead perspective. So Homestead comes in at 3-1 in the conference entering play this weekend. Hartford Union is 3-0. And Hartford and Whitefish Bay will play each other in 2 weeks on a Thursday night that will be featured on local television channel 18. That will be a fantastic game. Looking at the rest of the conference, Whitefish Bay 2-1, Nicolay is 2-1, Slinger's 2-1, and Cedarburg is 1-2. Looking at the other games within the North Shore Conference tonight, Slinger is at Cedarburg in a critical game for the Cedarburg Bulldogs as they try to keep pace not only the North Shore Conference, but also to stay alive in the postseason picture. Hartford is at Nicolay. Nicolay again 2-1 in the conference. Hartford staying undefeated at 3-0. And like we mentioned, Homestead picked up the win via forfeit over West Bend West because of COVID-19 protocols. And it looks like we're just about ready to get the national anthem going. Tonight is Veterans and Military Night here at West Bend East High School, where players will be honored along with some veterans on the sidelines. And then on top of that, the West Bend East Suns will be donning their camouflage paint scheme or design on their uniforms here tonight. So we are going to turn the mic over to the public address announcer as he gets set for the national anthem, and then followed by the military recognition before we...
Down and 1.
Tell me good news. Yeah, just text me when you're ready. Folks, thank you for staying. Those who were able to stick around, it looks like hopefully we've got the technical issue figured out. So just to get you, we'll get you caught up here in just a little second here. But East just converted on 4th and 1, so they're going to get a fresh set of downs at 1st and 10. Fountain gets the pass, short drop, low throw, may have actually slipped out of his hand. Pass was incomplete. Daniel Krause was intended for it. It's going to be second down. So right now the score is 12-0 Whitefish Bay. Their first touchdown came with 1:16 left in the opening quarter. It was a 1-yard run by quarterback Luke Wells. They missed the point after kick to make it 6-0. Peyton Fountain now in the shotgun. Gets the snap, hands it off. I believe that's to Crest. Good run up the middle. Piles moving. Good gain there on second down. Sets up third down and manageable. Looking at about 3rd and 3 from the 46-yard line. East going no huddle here with 1:27 and counting left in until halftime. Fountain gets the snap. Quick drop. Throws it, and he throws it right into the hands of Michael Strzekanski for the intercepted, and Strzekanski returns it to the 25-yard line of Whitefish Bay. Just when West Bend East was starting to get the ball moving to get into the Whitefish Bay side of the field, Blue Dukes generate the turnover, get a good return on the interception. They're in business with a chance to go up by 3 scores with 1st and 10 inside the East 30-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Again, really grateful for everybody that hung tight with us as we tried to figure out some of the technical issues we were having. Maybe it's weather-related, or maybe it's just that the equipment was having a bad mood. Either way, Wells has the ball, now hands it off to Cheeks, finds some space around the right side, close to the first down marker there on first down. It's 2nd and 1. Snap. Cheeks has the carry. Doesn't get much. Timeout for Whitefish Bay. That is going to be their first timeout. 45 seconds left here in the first half. It's going to be 3rd down. About 1, maybe 2 yards. Whitefish Bay is 2 of 6 so far tonight on 3rd down. Again, quickly getting you an update on how we got to this point. Again, 1-yard touchdown run by Luke Wells with 1:16 left in the first quarter. Gave Whitefish Bay a 6-0 lead. They were unable to get the point after. The point after kick was blocked. Then in the second quarter, 8:41 left in that second quarter, Wells found Gamarian Ivory for a 25-yard touchdown pass. Whitefish Bay went for 2, came up short, kept the score at 12-0, and that is where we sit now with 45 seconds left here in the second quarter. But just off of an interception by Whitefish Bay, the Blue Dukes have the ball, 3rd and about 1 at the 19-yard line. East won the toss and deferred, so East will get the ball to start the second half. If East can get the stop here on this series, this will be a big confidence boost going into the locker room for halftime and getting ready to come out for the second half. Wells under center, gets the snap, handoff. That is to, and that was to Callahan. Hit immediately, but his fall forward gets enough. He needed the 19, got to the 18, so that's first down for the Blue Dukes. They're now 3 of 7 on 3rd down. Blue Dukes quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Wells under center. Fake handoff, rolls to his right, faces some pressure, tries to get the ball out to the far sideline. Pass falls incomplete. And Nick Jorns is the intended receiver for Whitefish Bay on the far sideline. 2nd and 10 for the Blue Dukes. Second and 10 for Whitefish Bay. One receiver down to the bottom of the screen. Wells under center. Movement up front, no flag. Wells counter, Cheeks to the right side. Good defense by the East Suns. May even drop Cheeks for a loss. We'll see where they mark him. They do move it behind the sticks, so it's a -2-yard run for the Whitefish Bay. Sets up 3rd and 11 at the 19-yard line. Whitefish Bay calls timeout. They've got 1 left with 22 seconds left. Critical 3rd down here for West Bend East. Again, they will get the ball to start the second half after deferring the opening, the coin toss at the beginning of the game. going to try and pull up some of the other scores here in the North Shore Conference again. No score reported in Hartford against Nicolay. No score between Slinger and Cedarburg has reported. But right now, Germantown leads Brookfield East 13-6. That game is in the second quarter.
Third down and 11.
So Blue Dukes, 3rd and 11. Wells under center. Gets the snap. 3-step drop. Passes over the middle. Nearly intercepted. He tried to get that one to Kamari and Ivory over the middle. Check that. That was going to Nigel Cheeks. That was the intended receiver. Good defense on the back end by the Suns. Pass was nearly intercepted. Blue Dukes are going to line up for a field goal here. I believe this is going to be Mike. Actually, it looks like it's going to be Mike Rose is going to be attempting this field goal. It's going to be a 34-yard field goal from the right hash. Not an easy kick in conditions like these tonight. There's the snap. Places down. Low line drive. And the kick is good. 34 yards. Mike Rose kicks a 34-yard field goal, Keeps the game at 2 possessions, though, for Whitefish Bay here in the second quarter with just 11 seconds left. It's a miniature win for East defensively, as again, they do keep it at 2 possessions at 15-0. A touchdown there would have made it a 3-possession game. So good stand by the East defense to keep it at 2 possessions, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. So I imagine when East gets the ball, they're not going to really try and attempt anything. If anything, they're going to try and see what they can get here on the return. Don't want to jeopardize anything but here late in the half to give Whitefish Bay one more shot at putting some points on the board. Here comes the kick. It's a high kick heading towards out of bounds. The ball's going to go out of bounds about the 9-yard line. So no time goes off the clock here for West Bend East. And they're going to get halfway decent field position. Let's see what the East Suns decide to do with it. With just 11 seconds left, and they've got, it looks like they've got 1 timeout left here in the first half. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 30 for the East Suns. Check that. It's going to be at the 35. That's what I thought. 35-yard line. Let's see what East tries here. They may try and take 1 shot. If anything, try to get as close to the end zone as you possibly can. Whistles before the snap. And I think they're going to switch out the football here, or are they just going to move the spot? Yeah, now they're going to move it to the center of the field. So 2 receivers, 1 to each side. Fountain with the snap. Quick drop. Lofts it out to Krause on the far sideline. He was open, but falls incomplete. It's going to be 2nd and 10. 4 seconds whipped off the clock there. That leaves us with 7 seconds left here in the first half. See what the Suns do here with 1 timeout, 7 seconds left. There's another low snap. Quick throw. Airs it out. This one is to King. King gets one hand. Is it complete? Yes, it is. That is a beautiful catch by Nate King. And that is a gain of 34 yards, but King's a little shaken up on the sideline. Well covered by Whitefish Bay, but King, one-handed catch, gives his team a shot. There's 1 second left here in the first half. Ball is on the 34-yard line. Timeout for East. What a play by Nate King. Give his team a shot at the end zone here at the end of the first half. And before the game tonight, if you did not catch it before, it's East Military and Veterans Appreciation Night here at West Bend East and Carl Pick Stadium. We'll get a chance to try and run off those names who are of the players and then the veterans and military personnel that they were paired with during pregame introductions here tonight. We do have a score from Cedarburg, and Bulldogs lead Slinger 21-7. That one is in the second quarter. Nicolay leads Hartford 7-6. That is in the first half. That's a key game in the North Shore Conference. We're at the 34-yard line. 1 second left. The East has got one shot at the end zone. They're going to try and take it here. Fountain passes it to Krause. Overthrown, and that will end the first half here at West Bend. Score here at the end of the first half between the West Bend East Suns and the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes. Blue Dukes is 15, East nothing. Suns will get the ball to start the second half. We'll be back and we'll watch the halftime show here, and then we'll get you set for the second half of this one. Again, Whitefish Bay 15, West Bend East nothing at halftime.
Kicker is actually, yeah, that's our kicker, Alex Sauer-Millie.
Okay, because I thought
well, here's the thing. He looks like he's when he first lines up, he looks like he's the holder, but it's actually 16 kicking it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So I thought it was,
No, I totally understand why.
okay.
Yeah,
So
see it, but they can't see me.
Yeah. No, the catch was
I don't even know where to begin.
Back here at West Bend East, week 6 of the high school football season with the Suns hosting Whitefish Bay. It's 15-0, favor the Blue Dukes at halftime. Just get you caught up on how we got to this point. Again, apologies for the technical difficulties we were having here in the first half. I guess our equipment just felt like it was Friday and just didn't want to work today. But thankfully we got that fixed, and we'll be ready to bring you the second half here. So, again, bring you up to speed on where we got, or how we got to this point. With 1:16 left in the opening quarter, Whitefish Bay gets the first points of the game with a 1-yard touchdown run by quarterback Luke Wells, which was set up by a 31-yard run by Sean Callahan that got the Blue Dukes inside the 10-yard line. Just a couple plays later, Wells punched it in from 1 yard away on a quarterback sneak. Point after kick was blocked, so Whitefish Bay held the 6-0 lead. Then in the second quarter, 8:41 left in the second quarter, Kamari and Ivory received a 25-yard touchdown pass from Luke Wells. The Blue Dukes attempted the 2-point conversion. That one came up short. That kept the score at 12-0. Then with 11 seconds left in the second quarter, Alex Sawyer-Milley kicked a 34-yard field goal. That made it 15-0. That was a key stop for East on defense because it came right after an interception thrown by the Suns. And the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes had 1st and 10 inside the 30-yard line, but only came away with a field goal. That keeps it at a 2-possession game. East will get the ball to start the second half in this one. So to get that stop defensively has to be a good confidence boost for the Suns defensively, because unfortunately on offense, East has really struggled to move the ball throughout the course of the game here tonight. Earlier today, before the game was started, tonight is West Bend East football's Military Veterans Appreciation Night. Hence, the East Suns are wearing the camouflage prints on their jerseys here tonight. So before the game, each player was paired with a veteran or military service member, and we'll run through those names of those veterans here right now. So before the game, recognized was David Fountain, Santos Sanfilippo, Tom Krause, Ron Grosskritz. I apologize if I get some of these names wrong. Todd Harrison, Leon Gaspardek, Steve Fisher, Don Taylor, Brad Carnitz, Tom Lambrecht, Tom Smith, Tyler Wagner, John Kleinmaus, Al Burt, Woody Failer, Wally Novak, John Butchlick, Don Penkoski, Megan Bigler, Dan Schmidt, Jim Casari, Robert Wilmus, James Guyon, Dennis Rondorf, David Lichtensteiger, Dick Orth, Bob Reichel, Dan Locke, Dave Foyt, David Balkowski, Ken Doro, Jonah Moss, Bob Herman, Kyle Hawthorne, Tom Karnitz, Pat Glidnecki, Jeff Vorpal, Kimberly Madison, Anthony Steinoff, Joel Hausman, Bill Moore, and Bill Conrad. I want to thank all of those veterans and military service members for their years of service to the United States in our armed forces. Just a couple more minutes until the second half kickoff. We'll take a quick little breather with the voice, and we'll get you set up for the second half. We'll run down a quick couple scores from around the North Shore Conference. Kickoff for the second half is coming up just shortly. I don't know what the Cardinals are. What in the world have they caught now? I think the Cardinals are winning. Just about ready to get the second half kickoff. Just a couple of scores from around the North Shore Conference. Cedarburg leads Slinger 21-6. That game is at halftime. That is a key game in the North Shore Conference. As Cedarburg is 1-2 in the North Shore Conference compared to Slinger at 2-1. Hartford is 3-0, leading the way. Slinger and Cedarburg would still like to keep pace with the Orioles. Speaking of the Orioles, they also trail at halftime. They trail 7-6 at halftime to Nicolay. Nicolay led that game 7-0 after the first quarter, and then Hartford got a touchdown but had the point after blocked, so that is why that game is at 7-6. The other game that was scheduled for the North Shore Conference tonight was Homestead against West Bend West, but West Bend West had to forfeit that game because of COVID-19 protocol. But Homestead is going to host Union Grove in a non-conference game today. Other games from around the region, Kettle Moraine Lutheran is at Sheboygan Falls, Kewaskum's at Berlin, Germantown leads Brookfield East 13-6, and then Living Word Lutheran received a forfeit over Hope Christian. About set for the second half. Whitefish Bay leads this one 15-0. East ready to get the second half kickoff from the Blue Dukes. Sawyer Millie's going to be kicking it off. Looks like the rain has somewhat subsided to the point where it's just a very light drizzle. Wind has picked up a little bit, so it's been a mix of rain and wind throughout the course of the night, not to mention it's pretty cool down there. So here's the kick by Sawyer Millie. Bounces at the 10. East retrieves it at the 11. Gets across to the 15. Close to the 20. I don't think he got to the 20, but they'll mark him at the 20. And that is where East will start their first possession of the second half. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Throughout the course of the night here so far, unfortunately, we weren't able to see because of our technicalities. But in that first half, East really struggled to move the football, but on one possession they did get across the 50-yard line, but unfortunately didn't get much further than that. Fountain gets the snap. Colton Crest gets the handoff up the middle. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a half a yard. It's going to probably stay 2nd and 10. Maybe 2nd and 9 for the Suns at the 21-yard line. For those watching the Brewers score, it's now Brewers 4, Mets 1 in the 3rd inning. That's more like it. Fountain gets the snap, hands off to Crest over the left side. Not much there, maybe a yard. And quickly it's going to be 3rd and long for the East Suns. East is 0 for 5 so far on 3rd down here tonight. We thought they had one converted in the first half when they thought Whitefish Bay jumped into the neutral zone on a 3rd and 1, but rather the officials called a delay of game, and therefore East was not able to convert on that play. 2 receivers out. Nate King is here on the near side, Krause on the far side. Here's the drop back screen over the middle. There's some blockers in front. Cross the 25 to the 30. Cross the 30. That's a 1st down for the East Suns. Colton Crest with the reception on the screen, and that is a 1st down for the East Suns. Their first conversion on 3rd down tonight. Now 1 of 6. Gets out to the 32, and it's 1st and 10 for the Suns here on their first possession of the second half. Reminder, next week, it's homecoming for West Bend. It's East and West right here at Carl Pick Stadium. Fountain in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers, 1 to each side. Gets the snap, fakes the handoff, looking for an option, pitches it out to Kresk, out to the 35. Good timing, across the 40. Across the 50-yard line, pushed out of bounds is Colton Kresk, close to the 47-yard line. Really good patience by Peyton Fountain, waiting for the pitch to make it. Kresk was there, turns upfield, gets 17 yards, and it's another 1st down for the Suns. They're in Whitefish Bay territory at the 48, and they makes that the 47-yard line.
47-yard line. That's good for the Suns. Let's go. 1st down.
Again, 2 receivers. King splits out to the top. Daniel Krause here on the bottom. Shotgun for Fountain. Looking for the other way now. Now turns upfield, fakes going upfield, pitches it to Kress around the left side, across the 40-yard line. Flag flies in deep out in the backfield, defensive backfield. Could be a holding penalty, depending on the flag. You get 1st down yardage, but let's check the penalty. Again, the flag came from the back judge in the defensive secondary. East is walking backwards, so it looks like this is going to go against the Suns. Let's check the call. And it is going to be a holding against the East Suns. That will wipe out the first down. Yeah, because that was another really good run by East offensively. A couple times they've gotten some pretty good yardage, so now it's going to be... Now there's some issue with the yard markers on the far sideline. It looks like the chain for the chain gang is caught on somebody's jacket. Yeah, so it's going to be 12 yards to go. Not sure if it's first or second down. Should be first down, because that was a first down play. Yep, now they've got the yard. Now they got the down marker correct. So it's going to be first and 12, because it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So it's a first and 12 at the 49-yard line for the East Suns. Just the second time tonight they've had the ball on Whitefish Bay's side of the football field. So Liechtensteiger and Kress in the backfield behind Fountain. Another low snap. Fountain rolls to his right, looking for the flats, looking for King, jumping the route. That was Nick Lewis, nearly picked off. Fountain very close to avoid that interception. That was kind of how they lost the possession when they were driving in the first half. Late in the second quarter, it was an interception that Peyton Fountain threw that set up the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes with decent field position, and only the Blue Dukes came away with just a field goal to end the first half. So thankfully that one fell incomplete, so the Suns will live to see another down, second and 12 at the Whitefish Bay Blue Duke 49-yard line. Two receivers here to the near side. Here's the snap. Fountain rolling to his right. Again, looking in the flat. Heavy coverage. The pass was intended for Kress. If he caught it, he was just going to get a couple now He was well covered. It is almost looked like a zone defense there by Whitefish Bay. So now it's going to be third down and 12. East converted the third down earlier in this drive. They're going to try and make it 2 for 2. They got a challenge. They're third and 2 sticks. 1 for 6 so far in third downs here tonight. Let's see what the East Suns dial up offensively, or maybe see Whitefish Bay if they'll dial up some extra pressure here on this passing situation. Here's the snap. Kress with the handoff over the left side. Not much there. Gets 3, maybe 4 yards. They set up fourth and long just inside midfield. It's at the 46. I think this is a situation where the East Suns are going to might think of going for it on the plus side of the 50-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and 9. It was a gain of 3 on that last play. 2 receivers to the near side. It's like King is the one that's in the slot. There's the snap. Quick drop. Swing pass to the right. Kress dropped immediately. That is Michael Strakansky. Strakansky had the interception earlier. He read that play right from the start, and Kress is dropped for about 4 or 5 yard loss. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. The first turnover of the game for the East Suns. Now both teams with 1 turnover. Both were turnover on downs. Now Whitefish Bay is going to get the ball at East's 49-yard line for their first possession of the second quarter of the second half. Excuse me. Wells under center for the Blue Dukes. There's the snap. It's like Cheeks hits the hole hard up the middle, across the 40, close to the first down marker. He hit that hole hard and fast. 10-yard gain on first down, and the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes will move the sticks. So now first and 10, Whitefish Bay at the 39-yard line. Cheeks is this team's leading rusher at 399 yards rushing coming into this game. He's fast and he hits the hole hard. There's Wolf under center. Gets the handoff. That's Cheeks again over the left side. Across the 35 to the 33. Gish and Gonzalez come up with the tackle for East. And Whitefish Bay is moving. Second down, about 4 at the 33-yard line. They need the 29 for a first down. Tight formation for Whitefish Bay. There's the snap. Guard pulls. Cheeks looking for a hole. He's got a big hole on the right side across the 20 to the 10, heading for the pylon. Cuts upfield. Touchdown. Nigel Cheeks. 33 yards for Nigel Cheeks. And Whitefish Bay has now added its third touchdown of the game. It goes up now to 21-0, pending the extra point. Really nice play call by Whitefish Bay. Joe Stockwell pulled from his left guard. He got to the second level and they had nobody there to block. Sawyer Millie gets the kick up, and it is good. So now with 7:44 left here in the third quarter, Whitefish Bay extends their lead to 22-0.
Yeah, that's the thing. You block. It'd be nice to get a truck out there.
7:44 left here in the third quarter. Whitefish Bay has just scored their third touchdown of the game, a 33-yard run by Nigel Cheeks. That's his fifth touchdown run of the season. Sawyer Millie gets ready for the kickoff. Gets it away. It's a high end over end kick. Going to be fielded at the 6-yard line. Cross the 15 to the 20. Gets to the 25, and that is where he is dropped. Ball pops out. And that was Nick Kessler that had the return. Looked like ball popped out, but he was ruled down. So East will retain possession. First and 10 at the 25-yard line. That's where the Suns will start possession number 2 of half number 2. And whistle before the play. Not sure what the whistle is here. I think this might be another chain issue on the far sideline. And that is what it is. It is a chain issue on the far sideline. So while we're waiting for the chain to get solved, just as we were going to say, let's check some scores on the North Shore. They get the chain fixed, and we're ready for the next play. There's Fountain, gets the snap, hands it off to Kress over the left side, gets a couple. Out to the 27. That's about where he's going to get to. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Suns at the 27. Cedarburg still leads Slinger 21-7. And we have not seen a Hartford score yet, so hopefully we'll get that one going here in a second. Fountain gets the snap, rolls to his left, throws it long. He's got a receiver down there. Down is Daniel Kraus. He was open, had to come back. Now he breaks a tackle at the 40-yard line of Whitefish Bay. Gain of 33 yards. It's a first down for the East Suns. Fountain aired this one out. He had Krause, but underthrew him. Krause made a nice adjustment, came back to the football, got a chance to break a tackle. And it's 1st and 10 for the Suns at the 39. Second straight possession. They're on Whitefish Bay's side of the field. 3 times they've done that tonight. The first 2 times they have not gotten any points out of it. East wants to stay in this one. Still a 3-possession game. They've got to get some points on this drive. Fountain works out the signal in the shotgun formation. Gets the snap. Hands it off. Lichtensteiger gets the out-back call. Gets a couple out to the 36, gain of 3. It's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Suns. I think this is 4-down territory if you're East if it gets to that point. There's 6 minutes left here in the third quarter, down 3 touchdowns. You got to get a touchdown on this drive. 2 receivers, 1 to each side of the formation. Fountain gets the snap, fakes the handoff, met quickly in the backfield. Thought that was Luke Wells. That was actually Reed Jamerson, second leading tackler on this team, but he is a guy that makes a living in the backfield for these Blue Dukes. Had 12 tackles for loss and 7 sacks this season. In there to disrupt that play before it really even got a chance to get going. Loss of about 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 12 from the 41-yard line. East is 1 of 7 on 3rd down here tonight. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Fountain gets the snap, moves the pocket to the right, gets the pass off quickly. Intended for, can't quite tell that is Nicholas Kessler. Even if he comes up with that, he was going to take a pretty big shot at the end of that. It would have been short. Since 4th down again, this is going to be 4th and 12, and East has got to go for it here, down 3 touchdowns with less than 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Let's see if Whitefish Bay dials up any pressure here. 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers, 4 in the secondary to the Blue Dukes. There's the snap. Big drop. Screen. Trying to get it to Colton Kress. East had good success on that play earlier in this quarter. Not this time, as the pass was deflected, falls incomplete, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. The second time East has had to do that here tonight. Now Whitefish Bay will take over, 1st and 10 at the 41 of the Suns. 4:53 left here in the third quarter. Big stand here for East defensively. They need this stop defensively. Still 7-6 Nicolay on Hartford. Flag down. And it's going to be an illegal procedure by the Blue Dukes. I'll back them up 5 yards to set up 1st and 15 from the 36-yard line. Next week, homecoming here in West Bend. East-West, right here at Carl Pick Stadium. For Whitefish Bay, they will head home and they will play Cedarburg, who leads Slinger right now 21-6. That will be a big game in the North Shore Conference, especially if Slinger holds on, or if Cedarburg holds on. There's the snap. Cheeks has it, goes around the right side, gets a couple yards, maybe 2 yards, gets out to the 38-yard line. Second and about 13. North Shore Conference standings saw Hartford at 3-0 coming into the games tonight. Homestead 3-1. They got the win by a forfeit as of West Bend West's COVID-19 protocols. Whitefish Bay, Nicolay, Slinger all sit at 2-1, and Cedarburg hanging in there at 1-2. Wells under center, fakes the handoff. Now it's a pitch pass up front. Can't quite tell who's got it, but it was well defended. That was to Jack Naw. Dropped for a couple yards. Jacob Crane comes up with the tackle for the Suns. Sets up 3rd and long for the Blue Dukes. Whitefish Bay 3 of 8 on 3rd down tonight. 3rd and 14 for the Blue Dukes. East has a chance to get off the field here defensively if they can make the stop. Whitefish Bay's got to get to the East 49-yard line for a 1st down. Just one receiver to the top of the screen for the Blue Dukes. Man in motion is Cheeks. Counter up the middle. Nothing there for Whitefish Bay. Great penetration up front by the East Suns defense. They dropped the Blue Dukes for about 4 or 5 yard loss. So Whitefish Bay cannot convert that 3rd down. They are now 3 of 9 in that category. And more importantly for the Suns, they're going to get a chance to get the ball back. 3:05 and counting left here in the 3rd quarter, down 22-0. Here's the snap. Kick is away. It's a low line drive kick, fieldable, and it's going to be fielded at the 30. Breaks the tackle across the 35. That was Mason Bublitz. They got it out to the 40. Decent return. East is going to get nice field position to start this possession here in the 3rd quarter. 2:43 left. Down 22-0 are the Suns. Still in this game are the East Suns. They've had some success moving the ball here in these last couple possessions, but have not been able to get more than past the 35-yard line of the Blue Dukes. It's like most of the umbrellas have been put away. There's still a few out there, so it's a little drizzle out there. Peyton Fountain in the shotgun formation. Gets the snap. Handoff is to Kress up the middle. He's got a couple yards. Gets out to the 42. So gain of 2 yards on 1st down. Sets up 2nd and 8. Strakansky, who has an interception earlier in this game that set up the late field goal in the 1st half. It was in on that tackle. Closing in on 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Three receivers for the Suns. 2 across the top, 1 at the bottom. Fountain calling out the signal. He's got Kress in the backfield behind him. Whistle before the play. I think this is going to be a timeout on East. I think the play clock might have been winding down. And it is a timeout. Still 7-6, Nicolay on Hartford was the latest update. Germantown leads Brookfield East 21-6. Cedarburg still holds a 21-7 lead on Slinger. No score reported from KML at Sheboygan Falls or Kewaskum at Berlin. Let's see if we can find another score here. We have now a tie score in Nicolay. It's Hartford and Nicolay tied at 13. With about a minute left in the 3rd quarter in that one. So that one's setting up to be a great finish between the Orioles and the Knights of Nicolay. Nicolay 2-1 in the conference. Hartford 3-0. 2nd and 8. Here's Fountain. Fakes the handoff. Now he goes around the right side. He's got blockers in front. Cross the 50. And he's still in bounds. Thought he might have stepped out of bounds. Instead, he kept him in bounds. Cross the 35-yard line. Big gain there for the East Suns. Gain of 22 yards on 2nd down and 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. East is doing a much better job moving the ball here in the 2nd half. Now let's see if they can get some points to account for it. Rain picking back up. Fountain at the snap to Kress. He's got blockers on the left side. Good hole on the left side. Gets it across the 30 to the 29-yard line. Gain of 6. Sets up 2nd and 4 for the Suns. It's the deepest the Whitefish Bay, or West Bend East has gotten into Whitefish Bay territory for this entire game. Fountain, not much of a running quarterback, has had a couple really good runs here so far here tonight. Krause at the bottom of your screen, King at the top. There's the snap. Up to Lichtensteiger. Big hole in the middle. Gets a couple to the 27-yard line. Very close to the first down, but they're going to mark him about a yard short. So it's going to be 3rd and 1. East is 1 for 8 on 3rd down, but very convertible 3rd down opportunity here. Given where they're at on the field, I have to imagine this is going to be 4th down territory. 25 seconds and counting left here in the 3rd quarter. And East is on the move, looking at 3rd and 1, trying to get their 3rd first down of this drive. Krause at the bottom of your screen, King at the top. There's the snap, low snap, quick throw. Krause trying to get underneath, well covered on the near sideline. Pass falls incomplete. It's 4th and 1 with 3 seconds left. Have to imagine East is going to try and go for it here on 4th down. Krause had a little, maybe about a half a step on the defender. Fountain just overthrew him. Fountain checks back at the huddle, at the coach, just to make sure what is being called here. Here comes East to the line. 4th and 1. Heavy setback. Full house backfield for the Suns. Krause, hands off, or check that. It was Fountain with the handoff. Colton Kress gets the first down across the 25 to the 24-yard line. East Suns convert on 4th down. That is how the 3rd quarter will end. East is on the move inside the 25-yard line, trying to stick with the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes. A loss here by East eliminates them from postseason play. Your score after 3 quarters, it's 22-0 in favor of Whitefish Bay. 4th quarter coming up in a moment. Back here at West Bend East, Suns have the ball, 1st and 10 on the Whitefish Bay 25, maybe 24-yard line. Deepest the East has been in Whitefish Bay territory all night. Fountain with the snap, handoff up the middle. That is Lichtensteiger. Doesn't get much, maybe a yard.
1 yard.
It's going to be 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line of the Blue Dukes. Just underway in the 4th quarter. It's a 3-touchdown lead for the Blue Dukes at 22-0. One receiver to the top of the screen. Fountain, another low snap. Fake handoff. He's in trouble. Gets away. Fountain gets the pass off. Tried to get it to John Hinst. Threw it behind him. It was great effort by John Hinst to come up with that. Great effort by Peyton Fountain to escape the pressure. Pass ball's incomplete. It's going to set up 3rd and 9 for the Suns. It's their 10th try at 3rd down to 9, or 1 for 9 on this on third down here tonight. 3 receivers, 2 to the bottom of your screen. There's the snap. Fountain, big time trouble. He's got to get the ball. It's deflected, and it is intercepted by, that is Reed Jamerson. Jamerson breaking a couple tackles, finally brought down. Brought down at the 45-yard line of West Bend East. That was exactly not what the Suns wanted. Fountain trying to get away from the pressure, had the pass deflected, and it was intercepted by Reed Jamerson. Big return by Jamerson to get the ball on the east side of the football field. We do have a player down for the Suns. That's going to be the 3rd turnover for the East Suns. I believe the player down is Connor Foyt. And Foyt now pops up and heads over to the sideline as the injured Sun. Wind is really picked up here. The American flag is almost straight out from the flagpole next to the scoreboard here. Wind is almost even howling off the back of the press box here, and I think even at times it shook the press box. Only time we want to see the jump press box shaking is for jump around. Wolf under center, split backfield. Here's the handoff. Cheeks hits the line, gets about a yard. Really good defense up front. East's defense, I thought, has played really, really solid throughout the course of the night. Just a gain of 1 for Cheeks on that first down. 2nd and 9 for the 44-yard line of the Suns. East's defense has really done, I think, a really nice job in giving their team a chance to win this one. Just unfortunately, offensively for the Suns, they've just not been able to capitalize on the opportunities when they've been able to move the ball, which they've done better here in the second half. Wolf, left tackle or the tight end moved before the snap. No call. Cheeks gets the handoff. Gets quick 6-7 yards downfield. He is a very fast running back, and it showed on that play. Sets up 3rd and about 4 for the Blue Dukes. Whitefish Bay is 3 and 9 on third downs here tonight. They need the 35-yard line for a first down, so it's 3rd and 4 at the 39. Split backfield behind Wolf. There's the snap. Handoff. That is to Callahan. Callahan gets across the 35, close to the 30. That is enough for a first down. Whitefish Bay now 4 of 10 on third down. Moves the sticks inside the 35-yard line to the 32. We're at 9:23 and rolling here in the 4th quarter. A touchdown here by Whitefish Bay will make it a very big mountain for East to climb here in the 4th quarter. Coming to the line. Kamarian Ivory is the split wide receiver at the top of your screen. There's the snap. Wolf hands it off to Cheeks. Cheeks leaps over a defender at the 30, gets across the 25, close to the 20, knocked him down at the 22. That's right where the stick is. Let's see if they give him the first down. And they are going to mark him just short. So it's going to be 2nd and 1. Gain of 9 by Cheeks there on that first down tote. Under 9 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Ivory split to the top of the screen. Soft coverage by the Suns defense. Double wing offense. There's the snap. Handoff is to Callahan. And he breaks a tackle. Thought he might have been stopped. Second effort gets him deep into East territory inside the 10-yard line. First down for the Blue Dukes. It's going to be 1st and goal at about the 9-yard line. I thought he looked like he was going to be stopped, but all of a sudden he emerged from the pile, and he gets inside the 10. 1st and goal now for the Blue Dukes at the 9. Now at 8 minutes even left here in the 4th quarter. Whitefish Bay threatening first and goal to go up 4 scores. There's the snap. Hand off to Cheeks. Dances around in the backfield, trying to find some space. Does not get much. May have actually lost a yard. They are going to drop him back for a yard, so it's going to be second and goal at the 10. Another big wind gust here off the back of the press box. Well, I mean, the first day of fall was Wednesday, so it's only fitting that it's cold, rainy, and wet. Folks sitting right here underneath the press box will probably be the driest and warmest folks here, outside of us folks here sitting in the press box. Split backfield for Whitefish Bay. And we've got movement up front. Looks like it was the left guard that moved. That'll be a 5-yard and false start penalty, so it's going to be second and goal at the 15 now for the Blue Dukes. And with the wind picking up, that's going to make a field goal attempt very, very difficult. All right, double wing here for Whitefish Bay. Ivory split on the near side. Runner in motion. Handoff is to Callahan. Big hole up the middle. Gets across the 5-yard line. He's going to get to the 4. It's going to be third and goal at the 4. Another third down try here for Whitefish Bay. 4 of 10 tonight in that category. But given where they are, they do not score on this play. I have to think that Whitefish Bay is going to try for it on 4th down, especially with the wind not circulating pretty much in any direction you can think of. Most of the night it's been going across the field from west to east. Now it's kind of moving almost from south to north, which is the direction that Whitefish Bay is going right now. Whistle before the play, and I think this is going to be a timeout for Whitefish Bay before the snap. And that's what it is. Timeout, Whitefish Bay, third and goal at the 4 with 5:48 left here in the 4th quarter. Going to see if we can try and get a few score updates from around the region. Still tied at Nicolay between Hartford Union and Nicolay. Again, Hartford came into the night leading the North Shore Conference at 3-0. Homestead sits there half a game behind at 3-1. Then you got Whitefish Bay, Nicolay, and Slinger all sitting at 2-1, and Cedarburg at 1-2. Cedarburg has opened up a now 3-touchdown lead on Slinger. That game is now in the 4th quarter. Bulldogs lead the Owls 28-7. Whitefish Bay will host Cedarburg next week. And what will be a big game in the North Shore Conference, if that score holds, Cedarburg will move to 2-2 in conference, and if score holds here, Whitefish Bay will be 3-1. And depending on what happens at Nicolay, we can have another logjam at the top of the North Shore Conference when this is all said and done tonight. It's coming out of the timeout. Whitefish Bay, it's third and goal at the 4. Certainly it would be 4-down territory here for Whitefish Bay. A kick would be extremely difficult here with the wind howling like it is. Wolf gets the handoff, or gets the snap, hands it to Callahan over the left side. Touchdown, Whitefish Bay, 4 yards out for Callahan. And with 5:42 left, it's going to be a pretty big mountain to climb here for East if they're going to come out with a win on this one and keep their playoff hopes alive. So it's a 4-yard touchdown run by Sean Callahan, his first touchdown run of the game. Sawyer Milley is in for the extra point. Kick is low, and it goes right into the back of his offensive line, so the kick is no good. So the score stays 28-0 with 5:42 left here in the 4th quarter. Back here with 5:42 left in the fourth quarter. Whitefish Bay, Sawyer Millie ready to kick this one off. Kicks it away. It's a low line drive kick. Ball goes into the end zone. That is going to be a touchback. East will get it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Recap the last drive. Sean Callahan finished it off with a 4-yard touchdown run. His first TD run of the ball game. Kick was no good, so it's 28-0 Whitefish Bay. 5:42 left here in the fourth quarter. These teams next looking ahead here for West Bend East. They have their homecoming game against West Bend West. West is now 0-5 in the conference with the loss. Excuse me, they are 0-4 in conference with the forfeit loss because of the COVID protocol. Peyton Fountain gets another low snap, but gets the handoff. I think that's Lichtensteiger gets the handoff, gets a couple to the 34. Check that, 24-yard line. Check that. That was Cutler Schmidt with the ball carry on that one. It's first time we've called Cutler's name here tonight. So a gain of 4 for Schmidt. Then after the West game for East, they're here again against Nicolay, and then they finish the regular season at Cedarburg. Snap, Fountain, handoff, up the middle, couple yards, maybe 2. I think that's. Let's check to see who that is. Can't quite tell here in the. And that was Kress with the carry. It's going to set up 3rd and about 3 for the Suns at the 27-yard line. East 1 of 10 on 3rd down tonight. 4:40 left, 28-0 Whitefish Bay. Two receivers come to the bottom. One of them's Nick Taylor. He's in the slot. Fountain, another low snap. Looks for, now he's looking for Krause. Well defended on the play. That is Sean Callahan with the coverage. Fountain was trying to get to Daniel Krause. No good. That pass falls incomplete, and here comes the punt unit for West Bend East with 4:15 left, down 28-0. Nigel Chase stands at his own 44-yard line, awaiting the punt from the East Suns. And they just barely get the snap away. Fountain gets a nice high kick toward the sideline, checks up at the 36, and that is where the Suns will down it. And Whitefish Bay will get 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. 4:06 left here in the fourth quarter. Whitefish Bay up 28-0. Chance to put this one away. For Whitefish Bay, after tonight, they've got a pretty tough schedule going forward. They're going to be at home next week against Cedarburg, who right now leads Slinger by 3 touchdowns. If that score holds, Cedarburg would move to 2-2 in the conference. Then the week after that, they're going to play a Thursday night game at Hartford Union, who leads the conference at this point, and then they'll finish at home against Slinger, who again mentioned is losing by 3 scores to Cedarburg. Wolf with the snap, gets the handoff, couple of yards on the right side. And Nate Burrows was the ball carrier for the Blue Dukes, got about 1. It's going to be 2nd and 9 from the 37 for the Blue Dukes. Clock is running under 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Whitefish Bay obviously in no hurry to get the play off. Wolf is just standing behind his center, waiting for the countdown from the back judge. Now he gets under center. Here's the snap, handoff. That is to Ben Beckman. Beckman's got a decent run out in front. Gets close to the first down, may have the first down at the 46-yard line. And they are going to get it to him, so that is a first down. First and 10, Blue Dukes at the 46-yard line. And the clock now hits 3 minutes to go. Come Blue Dukes to the line. Snap to Wolf. Handoff. Met in the backfield. That's Burrows. Dropped for a couple-yard loss. Lichtensteiger, the first in the backfield to drop him for a loss. Loss of 2 on that one. Now we're 2nd and 12. Closing in on 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Wells under center. Well, standing behind the center, waiting for the clock to count down. Now he's under center. Snap, handoff, left side. Burrows got it, met at the line. It's about where he's going to stop. Maybe a half a yard. Going to set up third down. Feinborn and Goss in on the tackle for the Suns. 3rd and 11 at the 45 of the Blue Dukes. Wells running the clock down. There's the countdown from the back judge. There's the snap. Handoff. That is to Breckman along the left side. Gets around the left edge. Gets close to the 50, to the 49. Gish with the tackle. It's going to be 4th and about 7 from the 49-yard line. Under a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Imagine Whitefish Bay is just going to run this clock down as far as it can possibly go. And Whitefish Bay is going to go on and win this one here tonight at 28-0 as the score sits right now. So Whitefish Bay is going to move to 3-1 in the North Shore Conference. The back judge is now counting down the play clock. Just as he blows the whistle, and it's going to be a delay of game penalty on the Blue Dukes. Leaves 17 seconds left on the clock. And win here for Whitefish Bay will move them to 4-2 overall, 3-1 in the North Shore Conference. They will host Cedarburg next week with a chance to become playoff eligible. After that, it's a Thursday night game at Hartford Union, and then at home to finish the regular season against the Owls in Slinger. Here's the snap. Now there's a whistle. I thought I saw the center flinch before he snapped the ball. And it's going to be an illegal procedure on the Blue Dukes. For East, after tonight, they will unfortunately be eliminated from postseason consideration, and they will now fall to 1-5 overall and 0-4 in the conference. They will play a West Bend West for their homecoming next week. Both teams, East and West, have yet to see the win column in conference play. Then East will have a home game here against Nicolay before they finish on the road at Cedarburg. There's the snap, punt, off to the right. Ball hits the ground, now under 10 seconds. Whitefish Bay just going to huddle around it, not touch, try to see if they can run the clock down. And that is exactly what they're going to do. And that is how this ball game's going to end. Whitefish Bay, the defense pitches a shutout of the West Bend East Suns. Your final score here from West Bend in Carl Pick Stadium. It's the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes 28, the East Suns nothing. Really glad you can join us here in the webcast, the West Bend Community Television as well as West Bend Community TV on the World Wide Web and YouTube in the live stream. Again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Next week, homecoming, West Bend West against West Bend East. Until next week, everybody have a good rest of your weekend. Badgers get Notre Dame at Soldier Field tomorrow, so let's go Badgers, and have a good week next week for Week 7, homecoming, East and West. Good night, everybody. Have a good weekend.